Welcome to CallumConnects, 5-minute entrepreneurial inspiration for your day. Joining us today on CallumConnects is Mike Jesowshek. Mike is the founder of JetRow, a digital accounting firm servicing small businesses across the country.
A hurdle I have faced as an entrepreneur is not understanding the importance of tax planning. So when I first started out in the business world, I was started my own company. I was a partner in most of these businesses were in the online marketing industry. And when I started in that industry and started out my career, I just thought taxes was you talk to your accountant during tax season, file your tax returns and send them off. And what I realized is that I was coming to my accountant in tax season and having these large bills, and there was very little I could do about them. Sure, I could contribute to a SEP IRA or something of that sort. But outside of those few little techniques during tax season, there wasn't much savings I could do because the year has already ended. And that's where I really sought out and said, okay, there's got to be a better way to do this. I understand that tax preparation is important, but simply it's just taking information and sending it to the state agency and the IRS. What I think is most important is tax planning. What can I do throughout the year to make sure I'm paying the least amount in taxes as legally possible? And that's when I started to do research. I started to find tax strategies that I could take advantage of to minimize my tax liability. I started to do bookkeeping on a regular basis because I could have a good idea of where my business was going throughout the year, and it wasn't just a guessing game on where profit would be. And so I implemented a strategy where I'm going to say every June I'm going to sit down. I'm going to see where my business is so far this year because I have a half a year's worth of data. And I'm going to look into tax strategies that I can implement for the remaining half of the year. And that was going to be my tax planning session along with regular quarterly estimated tax payments. I was also going to review my financials. And what this did is it made me disciplined. It made me disciplined to do the bookkeeping accurately on a regular basis, so I always knew where my business was going. And it also allowed me plenty of time by doing that tax planning in June. It allowed me plenty of time to implement tax strategies the rest of the year before the year was over. Because during my research, I found out that for tax planning and tax strategies, the majority of them have to be implemented before year end. So if I wanted to take advantage of it, I had to have enough time where I could plan and implement those strategies, which is why June was a great time frame for me to start doing that. This was a huge game changer. That next tax season after doing tax planning, I realized how many things I can do on my end to minimize my tax liability. That could be things as simple as doing an S-Corp or choosing a different entity selection or maximizing my deductions. Or it can be things a little bit more complex like implementing a retirement plan or hiring my kids in my business. Whatever it might be, I realized that there's things that I can do throughout the year on a regular basis to ensure that when it comes to tax time, I'm preparing and filing information to the IRS and state agencies, but I already know exactly where my tax picture is going to be because I've implemented saving strategies to minimize that tax liability. I've paid estimated taxes if there's anything else still owed to ensure that I'm kosher with both the state and potential IRS. So that's my biggest recommendation. That was really the drive that gave me to start JetRow. I've been in the shoes of many entrepreneurs that have paid too much in taxes, had sloppy books. And I wanted to bring the foresight that I have seen walking in those shoes to those business owners to bring them clean financials, to make sure that they're paying the least amount in taxes as legally possible. So whatever you do, when you think of taxes, I want you to think of tax planning. We have plenty of time to do tax planning and minimize the tax liability and pay the least amount in taxes as legally possible.
If you have enjoyed today's show or got any value from today or previous episodes of CallumConnects, do please subscribe and leave a review. It means the world to our guests to be able to see when their sharing has led to your learning.